I circle back around, I'm coming home. Through the wilderness, I'm not alone. Your love's a fire, it pulls me through. I circle back to you.
Hey friends, welcome to Circle Back to God. Before I start today, I have one quick announcement. I am moving to 1 day a week. Not because I don't love you guys. Not because I need to get God's word out there, because we all know we all need to get God's word out there. But I am moving down to 1 day a week because I don't feel like I'm putting enough quality into the videos, enough time to research, and I'm just getting them out there as fast as I can, getting the quantity, but I'm not getting the quality. I want to do better. So from now on, you guys will see my videos uploaded on Fridays at 5 p.m. I've chosen that time because people get out of work, they're able to watch during the weekend, and they don't have to feel pressured in trying to watch it at night while their kids have homework and stuff. So, that being said, today's episode I'm focusing on inappropriate behavior for children. I wanted to label it inappropriate shows, however, there was no television back in the Bible days. There was shows, but there was not television. Just want to clarify that. So that's why I did inappropriate behavior. The reason I am doing this one is because of the recent boycott of Netflix with Elon Musk and having that whole started because of a transgender show. And it's not for children, even though it's marketed to 7-year-olds. And it's called Dead End Paranormal Park. I even talked to my 17-year-old. He's like, yeah, that's not supposed to be a children's show. He knows what the show is. But they market it to 7-year-olds. And that's why the boycott is happening. As you know, there's a bunch of streaming services. Netflix, YouTube, Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, Hulu, all kinds. It's very easy for a child to watch any kind of show without their parent knowing because they have tablets, they have phones, the parents are working, and they might have their own television in their room. So I wanted to bring it to your guys' attention what shows are inappropriate for children. But before I get into those shows, I looked up a couple of verses that would go along with this. And like I said, this channel is about bringing a parallel from today's world to what they say in the Bible about it. And I haven't ran out of ideas yet because the Bible is living. It's here always. It's never going away. So that being said, okay, the first one I have is 2 Corinthians 6:3. We put no stumbling block in anyone's path so that our ministry will not be discredited. So a stumbling block could be anything from teaching them sinful behavior or just neglecting them altogether. And one of the things to neglect is what they're watching on TV. Because children have developing minds and they like to copy and mimic the things that they see on television. That is one thing that's wrong with today's society is the LGBTQ movement is in almost every single television show. We have to be careful on what our children watch. The other one I have is Proverbs 22:6. Start children off on the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn away from it. Okay, so this is true. If you plant a seed, sometimes they'll stray. But it's our job. It is our moral responsibility to watch our children and make sure they're watching decent things. There are so many streaming services out there that are family friendly. PureFlix, Angel, and even then you could even set parental controls. But with Dead End Paranormal Park, it's on Netflix. And if you do set parental controls on it, the kids can still get around to it because it's set for a 7-year-old. So we have to be careful and watch what our children are watching. There was plays in Jesus' time. They were mostly comedies and mimes. But a lot of people did not go to them because they were immoral. The other shows I wanted to mention, I got these from my older children. I have a 20-year-old. She helped me with this because I don't watch these. But one was Hell of a Boss, that is geared towards children because it is a cartoony based show. And the reason this is not for children is because it has sexual talk, LGBTQ, hell, demons, blood, and swearing. So definitely not good for children. The other one is Has Been Hotel. It has LGBTQ, swearing, pimp talk, and pimps, porn star, mention of hell again, killing Adam, the first human, killing Adam, and blood. Again, if you're trying to stay on the righteous path, do not, and I mean do not have your kids watch this. Another one is Happy Tree Friends, and that's mostly gore. I watched a couple episodes with my daughter a while ago, and it looks so cute. The coloring and everything is like pastel colors. It's pretty, but definitely not geared for children. There's too much gore and violence. Everybody gets hurt in that show. Next one is Family Guy. This one has a lot of sexual references, violence, a lot of bullying. It's a fun show for older people, but not geared for children. Another one is South Park. This one has swearing, violence, sexual references, racial jokes, and LGBTQ. And the last one, the last one I have to mention, is the one where I thought it was for children, because I never actually watched it, but I've heard so much about it, and I thought it was for children. My kids are like, no, that's not a child show. So that's why I had to put it on the list, because I'm guilty for this one. Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty has swearing, gore, nakedness, which is only partial, but it's still nakedness, drugs, and alcohol. Definitely not for children. And then my son gave me a little tidbit. Yes, we can keep our children from watching these because we can monitor what they're watching on the streaming services. But if they're on YouTube and somebody puts something on a child's channel and it's supposed to be geared for children, they can do what's called clip farmers, is where people can upload a clip from a show and put it on your YouTube, where kids can watch it. So even if you are trying your hardest and keeping your kids safe from these demonic shows, they can still get it from watching it on YouTube. It is hard in 2025 to keep our children safe with all the technology we have in our fingertips, where they can Google things, where they can go on YouTube, they can go to their friend's house. Even if you're safe, they can go to their friend's house and watch these things. You just have to sit down, talk with them, have a conversation, point out some stuff in the Bible, and possibly plant a seed in them where they know they're not supposed to watch that kind of stuff. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I am going down to 1 day a week, but you can still subscribe and comment. If you want me to do a specific topic, I am more than willing to do the research for it. And in fact, with me going down to 1 day a week, I'll be able to give you more time on the topic. My videos might be a little bit longer, might be going to a half an hour just because I want to fit more in it. So my next video will be posted next Friday at 5 o'clock. And it's going to be on the government's roles. Okay? There's a lot to be said from what comes in the Bible and what we're facing today, and how the government was supposed to be shaped. So, until Friday, I do have some other videos out there that I have done this week and last week. I've done one on forgiveness, education, the borders, and I did one on racism. Please feel free to watch the older videos. Tell me what you think by commenting. Tell me if you want me to do a topic. Comment down below. Okay, that will be it for today, folks. It's a shorter video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
I ran through shadows chasing gold, lost my way in stories told, but the quiet called my name. Circle back to you, through the storms and sky so blue. Every path I walk, it's true, leads me back to you.